Warm-up period will end in just a few seconds, followed by the national anthem and the starting lineups for the Seawolves and the Toros coming up next. You're watching live on the CCAA network.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Toro Dome on the campus of Cal State Dominguez for this afternoon's CCAA women's basketball game featuring the visiting Seawolves of Sonoma State and your Cal State Dominguez Hills Toros. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this time kindly ask you to rise and join with us in Our America with the playing of our national anthem.
The starting lineups now for Sonoma State, and they will lead off with Kylie Keach, a 5'8" senior guard from Rohnert Park, Zane Sheckard, a 5'11" sophomore forward from Santa Maria, Sophie Northern, a 5'9" senior guard from Fortuna, Kim Savio, a 5'11" redshirt senior forward from Martinez, and Sereno Santos, a 5'4" senior point guard from Vallejo. Rich Shewitz is the head coach in his third year. Now the starting lineup for Cal State Dominguez Hills. 5'10" senior guard forward from Richmond, DeJure Ledbetter, followed by Leah Anderson, a 5'2" sophomore guard from Modesto. Jasmine Polka, a 5'9" senior guard from Clovis. Ariana Harper, a 5'8" freshman guard from Los Angeles. And finally, Elzina Henry, 6'1" senior center in Portland, Oregon. John Bonner in his fourth year as the head coach for Cal State Dominguez Hills. A very important game for Dominguez Hills. They lost Thursday night in Hayward. And they would like to get the weekend split, so to speak. And they hope to get that this afternoon. Our officials, Sharice Okamoto, Olivia Lyman, and Efren Lopez. So we're just about set for basketball here on Dave and I Court inside the Toro Dome in Carson, California. Very warm welcome to all of the Sonoma State fans watching today. Likewise, very warm welcome to all of the Cal State Dominguez Hills fans watching as well. Sonoma State, their colors are blue and white as far as school colors. Today they're kind of coming out in a combination of black with a little bit of sky blue. Seeing most of the players are wearing blue shoes. For Cal State Dominguez Hills, the Toros in the home white uniform. And we're just about set and ready for basketball. The tip is going to be controlled by Cal State Dominguez Hills. Toros going left to right here in the first quarter. In 4 10-minute quarters in women's college basketball. Ball knocked away by Savio, but the Toros recovered. The 30-second shot clock down to 15. Shot missed by Ariana Harper. And here comes Sonoma State the other way, right to left. And off the backboard. Sophie Northern scores first, 5'9" senior guard from Fortuna. That's an early 2-0 lead. And the rebound by Zane Sheckard. Sheckard, a 5'11" sophomore forward from Santa Maria. Sometimes she wears number 13, sometimes 35. Today she's wearing number 35. Shot in and out. Just early, just a little more than a minute gone here in the first quarter. Sonoma State leading 2-0. Underneath the basket, Alzina Henry ties it up. 6'1" senior forward from Portland, Oregon. And that's our first tied score here of the ball game. And coming up with the ball is Desir Ledbetter. Nothing there offensively, and Sonoma State going back the other direction. Shot by Santos doesn't go. Cal State Dominguez Hills opportunity to take the lead for the first time in the ball game, but the shot missed by Anderson. And clearing the rebound for the Seawolves. As soon as we can see a number, that would be Sheckard. .15 on the shot clock. Shot from the far corner. That one's good for two by Kim Savio. 5'11" redshirt senior forward from Martinez. And it's 4-2 in favor of Sonoma. Pretty much almost an air ball there. The attempt by Harper. Into the front court comes Sophie Northern. She's a 5'9" senior guard from Fortuna. And ball stolen away by Ariana Harper. And Harper scores. And we have our second tight score of the ball game at 4-4. We see about 5 Toros on the bench now coming in to replace the starters. Toros inbound the basketball in their own backcourt. Sumalong with the ball, and her shot misses, and the rebound by Santos. Missed by Endafon. Another missed shot there for the Toros. So we're 4-4, and we're almost 4 minutes into this first quarter. Exactly 6 minutes left to go in the opening frame. And a 4-4 tie. And the ball into Keach. Shot comes off and rebounded by opposite number, Bay. And underneath, feed to Destiny Williams. Williams, second leading scorer on this team, averaging 11 points per game for Dominguez Hills. Northern with the basketball. Bounce pass from Santos. Now they go on the far side, and nothing but net by Kylie Keach. It's K-I-E-C-H. She's a 5'8" senior guard from Rohnert Park. So a hometown girl, so to speak, since Sonoma State's located in Rohnert Park. The Seawolves lead 7-6.
That's their first team foul.
Sophie Northern called for her first personal foul, first team foul of the game, and is charged against the Seawolves. Oh, a beautiful basket by Destiny Williams. Williams, like I said, 11 points per game. She's averaging almost 8 rebounds per game. Toros regain the lead on top, 8-7. Nothing there as the ball barely touched the hoop, if at all, from our vantage point courtside. Oh, big launch by Heaven Holmes. Holmes, a 5'7" senior guard from Clovis.
First team foul. Timeout on the floor.
And their timeout on the floor. 4 minutes, 23 seconds to play in the first quarter. It's the Cal State Dominguez Hills Toros 8 and the Sonoma State Seawolves 7. You're watching live on the CCAA network.
Fans, did you know you can earn prizes just by attending tonight's game? Download the Toro Rewards app, earn points, and start.
First game of a doubleheader today, coming up about 3 o'clock or roughly 20 minutes after this game is over. It'll be a separate broadcast, so there's a separate pay-per-view fee for that. But we'll have the men's contest between these same two teams, Sonoma State and Cal State Dominguez Hills, coming up later on this afternoon. There's some early stats for Sonoma. 3 of 8 on the floor, 38%. 1 of 3 beyond the arc, 33%. No free throws yet at this point. For Cal State Dominguez Hills, 4 of 13, 31%. 0 of 4 beyond the arc, and no free throws as well. As far as the scoring right now, Keach with 3, Salvo with 2, and also Northern with 2. For the Toros, 4 by Destiny Williams, everybody else with a couple after that. 8-7. Again, we're in the first quarter. 4:17 left. And again, nothing there offensively for the Seawolves. And a rebound by Williams. Now a loose ball, coming up with it. It looks like Solis is out there. Jessica Solis, 5'8" sophomore guard from Concord. So a lot of action end to end, but nobody's making the ball go through the hoop. 3:43 remaining in the opening quarter. A long shot for 3, attempted by Taylor Johnson, 5'8" sophomore guard from Sparks, Nevada. So it's still 8-7. Now another 3-point shot. This one hit the rim, but does not go through the hoop. We've been at 8-7 for what seems like a really long time. And the basket underneath finally breaks that. Yagochi Anudokum with the basket, make it 9-8. Now for the Toros, shot attempt by Williams. That doesn't go, and the ball goes out of bounds. So now we had 5 reserves come into the game. They leave. Now the 5 starters, for the most part, come back in. 9-8, favor of the Seawolves. Ball batted out of bounds. Northern inbounds the basketball. From Solis. Now Johnson to the front court. And that 10-second rule, you have to get it across in 10 seconds. They got away from that for a while, but now it's back. Has been for a couple of years. Shot missed by Roshanae Johnson. She's a 5'4" senior point guard from Vallejo. Sonoma 9, Dominguez Hills 8. Down to 2:27 remaining.
foul. Offensive foul number 44, Alicia Henderson. Her second team foul.
Team fouls 2 apiece here. 2:19 left in the opening quarter. 9-8 Sonoma. In and out on the attempt by Solis. Fight for the rebound. And there's the whistle. Jessica Solis, 5'8" sophomore guard from Concord.
Personal foul number 44, Alicia Henderson, her second.
Alicia Henderson called for her second personal foul. The 6'3" senior forward from Van Nuys. That one hit the back of the bracket, rebounded off of the backboard. So 9-8 Sonoma. Another long shot, and finally a three-pointer by Janae Poland, 5'5" junior guard from Los Angeles. And the Toros have a 2-point lead, 11-9. They're going to whistle that she stepped out of bounds. That's called against Taylor Johnson. Johnson, 5'8" sophomore guard from Sparks, Nevada. So the ball gets turned over to Dominguez Hills. One possession ball game. They're up 11-9. 90 seconds left in the first quarter. And 2 tied scores. Last time at 4-4. This has been a 7-5 run by Dominguez Hills to get that 2-point advantage. From downtown Carson, basket by Shalea Bay. Timeout on the floor. 1:09 remaining here in the first quarter. It's now the Cal State Dominguez Hills Toros 14 and the Sonoma State University Seawolves 9. You're watching live on the CCAA network.
It's the best drink created worldwide. And Orlando Toros are back home and they take on UC San Diego. And Tuesday, December 17th, women and class 30
With a 5-point lead after being tied 4-4, that tells me that Cal State Dominguez Hills is on a 10-5 run here in the closing minutes of the first quarter. Okay, in case you're just joining us, Sonoma State in the dark uniforms in black with a little Columbia blue and white trim. Cal State Dominguez Hills in their home white uniforms. Into the front court comes Kylie Keach. There's the ball over to Santos. And to Northern. For 3 from straight away at the top of the key. That missed on the attempt by Northern. Rebound by Destiny Williams. Williams trying to get a shot off of the backboard. Sereno's, don't check that. Okay, now they updated. So the foul was against Sereno Santos. Both teams now with 2. Destiny Williams, 57% free throw shooter, and she makes both of those. So now the Toros with their biggest lead here in the first quarter at 16-9. No trouble getting to the front court, but they do, and now in a fast break, ball comes off the rim. Second follow-up shot is good. That goes in on the basket by Sereno Santos. And an air ball by Pulka. Jasmine Pulka, 5'9" senior guard from Clovis up in the Fresno area. Shot clock's been turned off for this quarter, 17.4 seconds remaining. And in theory, the Seawolves can work for the last shot here in quarter number 1. 7 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, and the basket good by Sereno Santos. Buzzer sounds, and that is the end of the first quarter with the score. The Cal State Dominguez Hills Toros 16 and the Sonoma Seawolves 13. You're watching live on the CCAA network. Taking a look at the first quarter stats for Sonoma. Seawolves 6 of 18 on the floor, 33%, 1 of 7 beyond the arc, 14%, no free throws. Cal State Dominguez Hills, the Toros were 6 of 19 on the floor, 32%, 2 of 7 beyond the arc, be 28%, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Sophie Northern inbounds the basketball right in front of our CCAA network broadcast location courtside inside the Toro Dome. Missed shot there, but they get the follow-up, so Shuckard missed the first one. And Yugochi Anudokam was there for the basket. Toros come right back and get one. They have a 3-point lead, 18-15. Just underway in the second quarter. Missed shot by Destiny Williams. Seawolves come up with the ball into the front court. Comes Santos. Double team there, remove the ball around outside the arc. Santos from the near side trying to feed it in to Anudokam. Anudokam with a fadeaway shot. That doesn't go. One of the Toros a little slower to get up, and she's hobbling. That would be DeJure Ledbetter who comes out. Hopefully she'll be able to come back in and play, and layup basket is good by Kylie Keach. So now they're going to also bring in for Cal State Dominguez Hills another four players. So John Bonner, something we have not seen in the previous home games, is kind of going with a rotation system. 19-18, Sonoma State leads by 1. 8:19 left in the first half, or 8:19 left in the second quarter, if we want to think about it. A nice drive along the baseline, and getting to the basket was Bay. So Salia Bay makes it a 20-19 lead. Ball almost stolen away. Here's Northern. She dishes it off. And find her feet, Shuckard. Sophie Northern's calling for a player control foul. Again, Sophie Northern, 5'9" senior guard from Fortuna. Yeah, we mentioned Northern being from Fortuna. She graduated of Arcata High School. Of course, Arcata is where the Humboldt State University Lumberjacks are headquartered there. So 20-19, Charles lead by a point, but going to the free throw line will be Sophie Northern. She is a 86% free throw shooter. That went in and out. But it's still the Seawolves on top by a point, 21-20. From the top of the key, bounces around and falls in. Heaven Holmes with the basket. 5'7" senior guard from Clovis. And the Toros regain the lead, 22-21. This has been a seesaw battle so far in the first half. Biggest lead that Dominguez has been by 7 points at 16-7. Again, shot time off the rim, and Bay with the rebound for the Toros. Alwyn missed everything, kissed the backboard for a split second. There's Sereno Santos. There's the ball to Keach, back to Santos, to Keach. Keach launches. Oh, and again comes off the rim. You know, there's an old saying, you might remember the plastic wrap or saran wrap. Sometimes you have a game where you want to double check both baskets, or one basket in particular. It seems like saran wrap is around the edge of the rim. That's almost kind of the case today. Toros 22, Sonoma 21. Pulling up and shooting is Harper. Fight for the rebound. It's Harper and Keach. Now 4 more Toros will check in for Dominguez Hills. The only one staying out there is Elzina Henry. So 1 point Dominguez Hills lead. With 6:29 remaining in the second quarter. Ball comes out to Bay. Bay over to Sumalong. Sumalong drives towards the basket and scores. Janelle Sumalong, 5'8" junior guard from Hanford. And now the Toros with a 3-point lead, 24-21. Long down court pass and easy layup by Kim Savio. Savio, a 5'11" redshirt senior forward from Martinez. And it's 24-23. And when she went, she was fouled, but I think the Tampai Williams, the ball might have hit the bottom of the backboard. Savio called for her second, so she's coming out. And Yagochi Anidokum, 6'1" senior forward from San Jose, is into the game now for Sonoma. First free throw is good by Destiny Williams. Yeah, I mentioned Williams, a 57% free throw shooter, and so far in the first half, she's 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. Dominguez Hills 26, Sonoma 23. On a gloomy, rainy Saturday in the South Bay. And loose ball picked up by Sumalong. Sumalong, down court pass from Williams. And they're going to send Williams to the free throw line. Williams at 57%. She's now 5 for 5 here in the first half. And make it 6 for 6. So that percentage at the free throw line is going to go up for Destiny Williams. And the Toros have a 5-point lead, 28-23. 5.5 to go in quarter number 1. Battle for control of the rebound. And coming up with it is DJ Poland. Poland pulls up in and out. Santos feeds it in. Turnaround shot by Keach. Rebound by Henry. Toros by 5. Long court pass down to Pulka. And a timeout on the floor. 4 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the second quarter. It's the Cal State Dominguez Hills Toros 28 and the Sonoma State Seawolves 23. You're watching live on the CCAA network. I'm David Smock. And as always, our telecast dedicated to our servicemen and women, both at home and abroad, and also to all of our United States military veterans. And on this December 7th, a remembrance of the attack on Pearl Harbor in Hawaii on December 7th, 1941. Great to be able to spend part of your Saturday afternoon with you. We appreciate it. Have some updated stats now. And for Sonoma, Ani Dokum with 6 points, followed by Kylie Keach with 5, 4 by Savio, 4 by Northern, and 4 by Santos. For Cal State Dominguez Hills, lots of 2s, but we can tell you Destiny Williams already in double figures in scoring with 12. Sonoma advantage in the paint, 16-12, but off the bench, Toros getting 24 points from their bench and only 6 for Sonoma. 28-23, 5-point lead, 4 minutes, 40 seconds until halftime. Again, 4 10-minute quarters. The rule's been in effect for quite some time now, and I'm still getting used to the idea that women's basketball is 4 quarters. So used to, the men that still have the 20-minute halves. .15 on the shot clock. And the basket is good by Kim Savio. Again, a 5'11 redshirt senior forward from Martinez. 28-25, Toros lead is 3. That shot misses from the far corner, and the battle between Poland and Johnson. DJ Poland battling for that with Taylor Johnson. 3 team fouls now called against the Seawolves, only 1 against the Toros. Dominguez Hills leading Sonoma 28-25. 4 minutes left in the first half, or second quarter, whichever way you prefer to think of it. A long arching shot by Aaron Pickett, didn't go. Rebound by Andy Dokum. Caitlin Cole called for the foul. 5'8 junior guard from Lemoore. That's her first personal. So now 3 team fouls against the Seawolves, 2 against the Toros. Off the backboard. And Andy Dolcom again trying to get that follow-up. Zena Henry called for her 3rd personal foul. Here's Andy Dolcom. Andy Dolcom is a 59% free throw shooter, but she makes that one, she's the leading scorer on the team, averaging over 15 points per game for Sonoma. Okay, so winning the other player, it'll be Kylie Keach, who's averaging 15 as well. So 28-27, 1 point lead, both of those made by Anya Dokum. Ian Henry still out there on the floor. Potential foul trouble. Of course, at halftime, we'll run down all the first half stats. We'll take a look at the current California Collegiate Athletic Association standings, and we will also take a look at the Women's Basketball Coaches Association Top 25 this week. .15 to shoot, 3.5 left in the quarter. And trying to feed to Henry underneath the basket. The whistle, we'll see who the foul is going to be against. Erin Pickett called for her first personal foul, fourth team foul. Pickett, a 5'7" sophomore guard from Bakersfield. And getting tied up with Anya Dokum and Henry. Dominguez Hills 28, Sonoma 27. It's been a seesaw battle. Biggest lead, about 4 minutes left in the first quarter. At one point, the Toros led 16-9 and by 7. So nobody's ever had a double-digit figure at all. Mostly it's been very close. A nice feed underneath the basket and Dokum. So Igochi Anya Dokum scores, and the Seawolves retake the lead 29-28. In and out on the attempt by Henry. Good rebound, by the way, by Anya Dokum, 6'1" senior forward from San Jose. Anya Dokum's been very impressive. Our first look at the Seawolves this year. 15 on the shot clock. Ball knocked away by Dejanay Poland. Poland bounce pass, and the shot attempt by Janelle Similong. So Dejanay Poland, nice quickness. That's going to. Pickett called for her second personal foul, fifth team foul. Similong's going to go to the free throw line. Similong, a 75% free throw shooter. She's 18 of 24 so far this season. A whole bunch of other wholesale changes for both teams. Similong makes this first one. She can tie up the ball game, and she does. So that's our third tie score here at 29-29. And she makes the second one, and so it's 30-29. Santos into the front court. She is being guarded by Williams. Already 15 on the shot clock, but going underneath, straight ahead to score, Zane Sheckard, 5'11" sophomore forward from Santa Maria. And Sonoma retakes the lead, 31-30. I tell you, this second half is anything like what the first half has been so far. We're in for a great third and fourth quarters of this ball game. Under the 2-minute mark. In fact, we're down to about 1:40. 15 on the shot clock. Long shot for three is good by Taylor Johnson, 5'8" sophomore guard from Sparks, Nevada. And Sonoma leads 34-30. Jonathan Polka called for her first personal foul, fourth team foul against the Toros here in the second quarter. Santos finally passed the midcourt line. And still by Polka. Polka feeds it off to Poland. Poland for three. In and out and back in. 34-33. Sonoma leads by one. 45 seconds to play here in quarter number two. And trying to do a little half hook shot, and then going to the floor in the process, and appears to be Santos. So 40.6 seconds on the scoreboard, 30 seconds left on the scoreboard. Polka, oh, check that. Cole called for a second personal. That one goes through. Santos at the free throw line this year, only a 55% free throw shooter. And that one ricochets in. So we still have a one possession ball game here with 40.6 seconds to play in the second quarter. Sonoma 36 and Dominguez Hills 33. Sumalong off balance, off the rim, and the ball rebounded by Savio. Shot clock's finally been turned off for the end of this first half. Seawolves can work for the last shot. 10 seconds. And the feed into Sheckard is good. And got about 2 seconds after hurry. Sumalong launches it just to the right of the basket off the backboard. And we have reached halftime here in Carson, California. With the score, the Sonoma State University Seawolves 38 and the California State University Dominguez Hills Toros 33. Seawolves by 5 at the break. We'll pause for a second as the dance team entertaining the fans here at the Toro Dome. So the dance team entertaining the fans here on Davey Nye Court inside the Toro Dome. Again, at halftime, Sonoma State 38, Cal State Dominguez Hills 33. Let's take a look at the first half stats. And we'll take a quick moment here to review these numbers. Okay, so for Sonoma State, the Seawolves 16 of 35 on the floor, 46%, 2 of 10 beyond the arc, 20%, 4 of 5 at the free throw line, that's 80%. Leading scorers, Sereno Santos with 10 points in the first half, and that was followed by Kim Savio and Sereno Santos with 6 points apiece. Kylie Keach had 5, 4 points by Zane Sheckard in the first 2 quarters, and 3 points by Taylor Johnson. Take a look at now the Cal State Dominguez Hills Toros, and leading scorer Destiny Williams with 12 points. And after that, you have Gabrielle Leos with 9. So she's only 1 point away from double figures there. And then it falls off. You have Janelle Sumalong with 4 and a bunch of 2s here. Zena Henry with 2 points. Ariana Harper with 2 points. Heaven Holmes with 2 points. Salia Bay with 2 points as well. So that's the scoring there. As a team, Cal State Dominguez Hills on the floor, 11 of 35. Again, 31%. 3 of 12 beyond the arc, 25%. But a perfect 8 for 8 from the free throw line in the first half, which is why they only trail by 5 and not more than that. The biggest lead of the game, we mentioned how this has been a very close game. The biggest lead by Sonoma came with 4 seconds left in the first half, and that's where we stand right now at halftime, that 5-point lead for the Seawolves. The Toros led by as many as 7 points with 43 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Best scoring runs, 6 points reeled off in a row by the Seawolves, and that was at the 9:47 mark early in the second quarter. And for the best scoring run for Cal State Dominguez Hills, 8 points, and they did that with 43 seconds left in the first quarter. 12 lead changes. That's right, 12. And we've mentioned throughout the broadcast we've had 3 tied scores. It was early at 2-2, 4-4, and then the last tie was at 29-29. Time of with the lead for Sonoma, 6 minutes and 17 seconds. Time with the lead for Dominguez Hills, 10 minutes and 35 seconds. Points from turnovers, that favors Dominguez Hills 12-4, but in the paint, Sonoma with the advantage 24-12. So they've outscored the Toros 2-1 at 24 points in the paint to 12. Second chance points also favors the Seawolves with 6, only 2 for the Toros. Fast breaks, 6 by Cal State Dominguez Hills, 2 by Sonoma. And bench points, and this is a huge number. Points off the bench for Sonoma is 13 points. Points off the bench for Cal State Dominguez Hills, 29. And again, that's one of the reasons why the Toros only trail at halftime, 38-33 here in Carson, California. In the first quarter, Cal State Dominguez Hills outscored Sonoma State 16-13. But in the second quarter, Sonoma State outscored Cal State Dominguez Hills 25-17. As promised, we're going to take a look at the California Collegiate Athletic Association standings here in just a moment. Now, league play is really just kind of getting started, but we will mention what the marks are, especially for overall. Well, let's take a look. Take a look at the top, and you have 3 teams that are 3-0 in conference play. Humboldt State is 7-1 overall. Cal State East Bay 7-2 overall, and Stanislaus State 5-3 overall. Then at 3-1 in the conference, and 7-1 overall is Cal State San Marcos. You have a bunch of 2-1 teams in the conference standings. Sonoma State, UC San Diego, Cal Poly Pomona, all with 2 wins and 1 loss. But overall, the Sonoma State team that we're seeing today, 6-2, as is UC San Diego, and also tied. And again, it's the conference record of wins and losses that counts in the standing. But Cal Poly Pomona with a 6-3 overall mark. Cal State Dominguez Hills coming in today 4-5 overall, 1-2 in the conference. And behind them is Cal State LA. They're 3-5 overall, 1-3 in the conference. And then you have some teams that have not won a conference game yet. That would include Cal State San Bernardino, Chico State, which is shocking, and Cal State Monterey Bay, followed by San Francisco State. Now, of those winless teams in conference, Cal State San Bernardino, they are 0-5. Chico State 4-4. Cal State Monterey Bay, they are 0-5. And San Francisco State, which we saw recently in the opener of the conference play, the Gators still looking for their first win with a record of 0-6. Now, all these teams I've mentioned, the top 8 will qualify for the CCAA tournament. That'll be on March 3rd at the REMAC Arena on the campus of UC San Diego down in La Jolla. And of those teams, if the tournament started today, the teams that would qualify would be Humboldt State, Cal State East Bay, Stanislaus State, and Cal State San Marcos. Those 4 teams would host. And then you would have Sonoma State, UC San Diego, Cal Poly Pomona, and Cal State Dominguez Hills as the number 8 seed. And what they do is have 8 versus 1 in the first round on campus locations March 3rd. So that means Cal State Dominguez Hills would have to go to Arcata to face Humboldt State. Meanwhile, Cal Poly Pomona, they would go and play Cal State East Bay and Hayward and so on. But a lot of basketball will be played between now and then. And we're at halftime here at the Toro Dome, and Sonoma State with a 5-point lead, 38-33 over Cal State Dominguez Hills. Time to take a look at the Women's Basketball Coaches Association Coaches Top 25 poll. And we have a number of teams. In fact, the top 9 are all undefeated, and the number 11 team is also undefeated. So 10 of the 11 are undefeated. So we lead off with Drury, and Drury 6-0 overall. They're the first place pick in the standings, or I'm sorry, in the coaches poll this week. Lubbock Christian, they are 7-0 at second. Third at 6-0 is Grand Valley State, and Azusa Pacific at 5-0. They are fourth, followed by Fort Hays State in fifth at 6-0. Ashland 5-0, and they're from Ohio. And then you have Lee of Tennessee at seventh, which is 7-0. St. Anselm 5-0 overall. They've come in number 8 this week. California, Pennsylvania at 7-0. And the only team in that top 10 that has a loss and coming in at number 10 this week, Virginia Union at 5-1 overall. And then you get into 11 through 15, Sioux Falls, Texas A&M Commerce, Alaska Anchorage, Indiana, Pennsylvania, North Georgia, and then 16 through 20, Anderson of South Carolina, West Texas A&M down in Canyon, Texas, near Amarillo, Westminster, Utah, is in kind of the eastern suburbs of Salt Lake City, and Westminster comes in at number 18. Cal State San Marcos, another CCAA team in the conference. They are 7-0, number 19 this week, followed by 20 through 25, Southeastern Oklahoma State, UC San Diego, Minnesota State Moorhead, University of the Sciences, Hawaii Pacific, and Southwestern Oklahoma State. So you have several teams from the Pacific West Conference and also from the CCAA in the top 25. Now, regarding teams receiving votes, and this was close, Lindenwood had 60 points at 4-0. Southwestern Oklahoma State as the number 25 choice this week. They only had 61 points. So very close there. Lindenwood in Missouri, near the St. Louis area. St. Thomas Aquinas also had points. Tarleton State, Union of Tennessee, Southern Nazarene, Adelphi, Central Oklahoma, Bowie State, Stonehill, Walsh, Benedict also received points, along with Lincoln of Pennsylvania, Central Missouri, Belmont Abbey, Catawba, and Nebraska Kearney. So those are all teams that receive votes but did not make the top 25. Looking ahead on the schedule, only 3 home dates in the entire month of December starting today. And after this game, we won't see the Toros women's basketball team again until Tuesday, December 17th. That'll be a 5:30 tip-off against the UC San Diego Tritons. The last time we'll see the Tritons, because next year UC San Diego will be moving up to NCAA Division I and joining the Big West Conference along with CSU Bakersfield. And then the other game in December, and that'll be 2 nights later on Thursday, December 19th, Cal State LA comes into the Toro Dome. Again, that'll be a 5:30 tip-off, and those other 2 dates on December 17th and 19th are doubleheaders with the men playing right after the women. And then after that, that'll wrap up the home schedule for 2019, and we won't see the Toros again here at home until January 4th, 2020, when the Chico State Wildcats come to visit from Chico. In fact, that's also a month with only 2 home dates. The other 2, January 16th against Humboldt State at 5:30, and January 18th against Stanislaus State at 1 p.m. So again, in January, Chico State's 1 o'clock, Humboldt State 5:30, Stanislaus State at 1 o'clock. And we're just about ready to wrap up halftime. Sonoma State 38, Cal State Dominguez Hills 33, and a key California Collegiate Athletic Association match. Again, coming into today's action, Sonoma State 6-2 overall, 2-1 in the California Collegiate Athletic Association. Cal State Dominguez Hills 4-5 overall, 1-2 in the CCAA. Again, I'm David Smock. Great to be with you on this Saturday afternoon. To start the third quarter, Destiny Williams will inbound the basketball for Cal State Dominguez Hills just to the right of our broadcast location. It comes into Anderson and around the way of quarter number 3. 5-point lead, 38-33. That's the biggest Sonoma has had in the first half. Toros led at 1 point, 16-9. That's their biggest lead at 7 points. Otherwise, it's been a very close ball game. 15 on the shot clock. Fall away shot by Williams.
Personal foul number 24. James Savio, his second, first team foul.
So the foul against Savio, her second personal foul. Free throw missed by Williams. Makes the second one. And so that's now 38-34. So she's 7 of 8 at the free throw line. She missed that one. Not bad for a 57% free throw shooter. And it's a 4-point lead, 38-31. 38-34, I should say. And the basket by Kylie Keach makes it 40-34, 6-point lead. That's their match, but coming right back. And a soft touch, Destiny Williams. 40-36. Down court pass. And a shot missed by Sheckerd. Toros come back the other way, right to left. Shot missed by Ariana Harper. Second put-back attempt, and that one scores. So 3 shots by Harper, and she had to fall in. Back to a one-possession ball game, 40-38. Favor of the Seawolves, 8:37 left third quarter. Hope you can make your plans to join us for the next Toros women's basketball game here at home. That'll be on Tuesday, December 17th versus UC San Diego at 5:30. Bank shot, Alzina Henry. And we are tied once again. So already a 7-2 run here by Dominguez Hills. And now at the free throw line is Destiny Williams. And she misses that one. 8 of 10. Scramble for the ball. And the Seawolves come up with it. Northern feed into Keach. Still moving the ball. Keach has the ball once again. Turnaround shot by Santos. No, off the rim. Battle for the rebound. And let's see who went off of whose leg first, and also the alternating position. The ball will belong to Dominguez Hills. So the Toros in a 40-40 tie. That's also our 4th tied score in the ball game. Key game. Cal State Dominguez Hills would definitely like to get and split after losing Thursday night to Cal State East Bay. Score of that game, 69-63. So it was close, but they lost by half a dozen. Pass intercepted. Leigh Anderson coming up with it. On the baseline, Anderson scores, and check that, we're crediting Harper the basket. The Toros retake the lead, 42-40. Ball knocked away, but recovered by Sheckard. 14 on the shot clock. Down to 10 seconds. And the three-point basket is good by Zane Sheckard. Sheckard, 5'11", sophomore forward from Santa Maria, California. And Sonoma retakes the lead, 43-42. But the Toros get it right back by Destiny Williams. And it's 44-43. One thing I can say about the women's basketball games and the men's basketball games we've had here so far this season, there have been a lot of close games. And we're seeing that again this afternoon. Wholesale substitutions once again for the Toros. So this platoon system seems to be working a little bit, especially on the second game of a weekend series. You have to travel all the way up to Hayward, play the game, come all the way back home, and then get ready for an afternoon matinee today. 44-43, Dominguez Hills by a point. 6.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter, and a beautiful shot from the corner by Sereno Santos. Santos, 5'4", senior point guard from Vallejo, California. Like almost all these players are from California with only a few exceptions. Oh, beautiful shot by Dijane Poland, a 5'5" junior guard from Los Angeles. Transfer from LA Trade Tech. So 47-45, Toros by 2. Air ball, and coming up with the rebound is Alicia Henderson, and a 6'3" senior forward from Van Nuys for Dominguez Hills. Yeah, we know fans are tuning in and out. Sonoma State in the dark uniforms, Cal State Dominguez Hills in their home whites. 10 on the shot clock. Sumalong for 3, out short, but the putback by Henderson also doesn't go, but there's a whistle. 5:23 remaining in quarter number 3.
Third team foul. Substitution number 10.
Dominguez Hills 47, Sonoma 45. The foul against Yugochi Anudokum. Her first personal, third team foul. Henderson at the free throw line, and Henderson a 52% free throw shooter. Top scorer of this team, averaging 12 points a game, right behind or right in front of Ariana Harper, also with 12 points. Destiny Williams with 11 points per game this season, and misses both of them. And still a 2-point lead, one possession ball game, 47-45. Cal State Dominguez Hills leading. Loose ball. They're going to call it jump ball. So possession arrow gives the ball to Dominguez Hills. Been a good ball game. Toros 47, Sonoma 45. Hitting the bottom of the backboard of the shot by Henderson. Pickett comes into the front court. $15 on the shot clock. 10 to shoot. And now Pickett launches the ball that hit the bracket. Put back attempt. Also didn't go. Now is by, looks like McCann. Now we get a 20-second offensive rebound reset on the shot clock. It used to be 30 minutes, only 20 on an offensive rebound. And that one still didn't go. But another shot clock. And that one finally does score. By Delaney McCann. She's a 6'2" grad student, forward center from Santa Clarita. In fact, McCann got her degree at Seattle University. Timeout on the floor, 3:50 to play in the third quarter. It's the Sonoma Seawolves 47 and the Dominguez Hills Toros 47. You're watching live on the CCAA network. Have some new updated stats from our crack #1 stat crew. Take a look at total points. And 10 now by Andy Dokum. 8 by Sereno Santos. 7 apiece by Sheckard and Keach. And 6 points by Savio. For Cal State Dominguez Hills, Destiny Williams, 17 points. To lead all scorers, Gabriel Leos with 12. As far as rebounds, Sonoma out-rebounding Dominguez Hills 33-26. As far as foul trouble right now, the only player with 3 or more, and that would be Kim Savio with 3. At the free throw line is Henderson. Again, 52% free throw shooter. She makes that one. So she's now 2 for 4 at the free throw line in this game. And the Toros have a 2-point lead, 49-47. To shoot. 3:35 left in the third. Unable to hold on to it was McCann. Toros take advantage and come back the other way. Again, a battle for control. Alicia Henderson was in that scrum, but they're going to say possession arrow. Gives the ball to the Sonoma State University Seawolves. 49-47, Dominguez Hills by 2. Again, after the 6-point loss Thursday night in Hayward against Cal State East Bay, Dominguez Hills would like to get the weekend split. For Sonoma State, they're looking for a weekend sweep. Long shot for 3 from the far corner. Didn't go. That one came in from the Goodyear blimp hanger in Carson a long ways. And it's a 3-point basket to give the Toros a 5-point lead, 52-47. 2.5 minutes remaining in quarter number 3. Wow, that thing was launched. And it went in. Very nice basket. Shot attempt by Endefon. Larry Endefon from San Jose. Unable to make that shot. The Toros at the other end. Gabriel Leos. So a timeout.
Timeout, Toros. Timeout.
So timeout, 2:02 remaining in the third quarter. Back to a 7-point lead for Dominguez Hills, 54, and Sonoma, 47. In the third quarter, the Toros with 21 points to only, looks like, 9? If I can do that math correctly. So 54 minus 33, okay, that's 21. And then 47 minus 38, 9, yeah, so 20-9. It was a 5-point deficit for Dominguez Hills at halftime, and now they have a 7-point lead. So swing of at least 12 points. Take a look at more updated information. Bench points. Cal State Dominguez Hills 44. Sonoma 15. Again, Andy Dokim still with 10 points, leading scorer for the Seawolves. For Cal State Dominguez Hills, Destiny Williams now with 17 points. Gabrielle Leos with 12. 54-47. Toros by 7. Off balance shot doesn't go. Ball saved from going out of bounds, and bringing it into the front court is Dejanay Poland. Ball's going to go over to Sonoma.
Personal foul number 44, Alicia Henderson, that's his third. Second team foul.
Alicia Henderson called for a third personal foul. That's the second team foul against the Toros. 4 have been whistled against Sonoma. .15 to shoot. And launching it for a long three-pointer is Sophie Northern, a 5'9" senior guard from Fortuna. 54-50, Toros still on top by 4. Here's another one that's launched, but that's an air ball. And the ball goes out of bounds.
Substitution number 25, Serena Santos. Returning to the Toros, number 21,
Alzina Henry coming into the ball game for Cal State Dominguez Hills. Coming out is Henderson. 54-40, Toros by 4. Under a minute left here in the third quarter. 20 to shoot. That one's a miss by Keach. Coming back the other way is Polka. Polka to Poland. Poland shots an air ball and recovered by Savio for the Seawolves. Just a 3 or 4 second differential between the shot clock and the scoreboard. Toros steal the ball away, and into the front court comes Poland. Poland launches a three-point attempt of her own. That's an air ball. Poland, again, transferred from LA Trade Tech out of Los Angeles. They've been stuck at 54-50 for a while. Now shot clock's been turned off here for the rest of the third quarter. 10 seconds. 8 seconds. Another air ball, this time by Sonoma State. 5.2 seconds. Toros will have to come the length of the court, but they can take the last shot here in the third quarter. Quickly bringing the ball front, Sumalong, and Sumalong's shot comes off the rim. But at the end of 3 quarters of play, it's now the Cal State Dominguez Hills Toros 54 and the Sonoma State Seawolves 50. You're watching live on the CCAA network. Again, my microphone was off a little bit, so give the score one more time here at the end of 3 quarters. Dominguez Hills 54 and Sonoma 50. In the third quarter, Cal State Dominguez Hills outscored Sonoma State 21-12. Again, Ugochi and Udokum with 10 points, leading scorer for the Seawolves, followed by Sereno Santos with 8. Zane Sheckard and Kylie Keach with 7 points apiece. Kim Savio has 6 points, but she also has 3 personal fouls. For Cal State Dominguez Hills, Destiny Williams, 17 points, followed by Gabrielle Leos with 12. Bench points, still very impressive. 44 for Dominguez Hills, 15 for Sonoma. And again, in the third quarter, the Toros outscored Sonoma 21-12. So that's where we start right now. 54-50, beginning of the fourth and final quarter. Rebound by Santos, and the putback is by Indifon, and it's 54-52. Very close ball game. Nobody's ever had a lead of more than 7. So very competitive. That shot was a miss from the far corner by Sumalong, and Sonoma comes into the front court. Santos, give it to Keach. Bounce pass into Northern. Back to Santos. Back to Northern, out to Keach, 10 to shoot. 7 seconds. Basket good. So Igochi and Dokum with the follow-up, and that's a 54-54 tie. Our 5th tied score. Whistle towards the end of that last play.
Personal foul number 12. Okay, that's her second.
So Kylie Keach called for her second personal foul, the 5'8" senior guard from Rohnert Park. That's going to send Janelle Sumalong, a 5'8" junior guard from Hanford, to the free throw line. First one is good. Sumalong, a very good 75% free throw shooter. She'll have one more. And in the ball game Sumalong is now 4 for 4. That gives the Toros a 2-point lead, still a one-possession ball game, 56-54 in favor of the Toros. Sumalong goes out. Jasmine Polka checks back in. Polka, a 5'9" senior guard from Clovis. 56-54. Into the front court comes Santos with the basketball. From the corner, in and out. Wow, that really took a long rebound, or a long ricochet, you should say, off the rim for the rebound. Alicia Henderson is now called for her 4th. At the free throw line, Yugochi Anidokam. Anidokam is a 59% free throw shooter. She misses that one, she'll have one more. Anidokam misses both of them. She's 2 for 4 at the charity stripe in the game. 56, but I'll check that. That's the scoreboard, 56-55. So that gives her 3 of 4 from the stripe. 1 point Toros lead, 56-55. Exactly 8 minutes left in regulation. If this game goes overtime, would not surprise me whatsoever. We're not quite there yet. Oh, beautiful feed underneath to Andy Dokam. She couldn't convert, but she draws the foul and will go to the free throw line. Already 11 points in the ball game, unofficially. Misses that one. .747 on the scoreboard. Free throw here could tie it up. And she does. And we are knotted up once more. 56 all. Our 6th tied score in the ball game. So going to the basket was Harper. She's going to draw a foul. Let's see who's called against. Kim Savio with her 4th personal foul. The 5'11" redshirt senior forward from Martinez. Going to the free throw line. Harper, their first 3 throws today. Oh my goodness, it's a heartbreak. 9 times out of 10 that would have gone in. Shooting one more to take the lead, and she does convert it. So Dominguez Hills 57, Sonoma 56. 7:35 left. Timeout on the floor, 7:29 left in regulation. It's Dominguez Hills 57 and Sonoma 56. The Toros lead by 1.
All you Toros out there, make sure to put in your health before anything else. Visit the Student Health Center, located at Wells Hall. Any questions or problems you might be facing.
They have some new stats available. The third quarter, Sonoma 5 of 17 on the floor, 29%, 2 of 8 beyond the arc, 25%. Did not shoot any free throws. Now in the game, the Seawolves are 23 of 56 on the floor, 41%, 4 of 19 beyond the arc, 21%, 6 of 9 at the free throw line, 67%. For Cal State Dominguez Hills, for the game, the Toros are 19 of 56 on the floor, 34%, 5 of 18 beyond the arc for 28%, And get a load of this number. This is really important for Cal State Dominguez Hills. The Toros have hit 14 of 19 free throw shots, 74%. So far in this fourth quarter, Sonoma State has outscored Cal State Dominguez Hills 6-3. And make it 8-3 as Keith scores. And it's back to a 1-point Sonoma lead, 58-57. Williams, a big game. Follow away shot, no. And coming up with the rebound is Keach for the Seawolves. In and out. Udolcom trying to follow up. Anudolcom, should say. It's Anudokam. So 58-57. Santos will inbound. Seawolves will have 18 seconds on the shot clock. 6:46 on the game clock. Again, these are 4 10-minute quarters. For 3 from the corner. And the basket's good by Kylie Keach. 5'8" senior guard from Rohnert Park. So 61-57. Now the Seawolves have a 4-point lead. 20 on the shot clock. Where the ball is Anderson. Anderson drives towards the basket, hits the bottom of the basket, and the ball's going to be rebounded by Sereno Santos. Santos feeds into Sheckard. Team fouls are 2 apiece here in the fourth quarter. Santos gets into Anudokam and then back to Santos now on the far side to Keach. Keach drives towards the basket and scores. So Keach gives the Seawolves a 6-point lead, 63-57. 5 minutes and 49 seconds left. And trying to go to the basket, but strip of the ball, Destiny Williams. Williams, 5'8" senior forward from Ontario. Williams, graduate of Colony High School. Toros will inbound the ball, 18 seconds on the shot clock. Ball comes into Polka. Polka scores a little underhand hook shot. 63-59. Boy, how many more close games are we going to have this season? It's been great so far. The follow-up basket there, the score is Zane Sheckard, the 5'11" sophomore forward from Santa Maria. 65-59. Seawolves by 6 over the Toros. A couple of bounces, and it doesn't fall in for Dominguez Hills. Oh, ball knocked away by DeJure Ledbetter. Ledbetter, a 5'10" senior guard forward from Richmond. 24 on the shot clock. Ball's inbounded. 5:04 to play. Polka, second personal foul, third team foul against the Toros. 2 have been whistled against Sonoma. Santos in the backcourt. You only have 10 seconds to get across that midcourt line. We've already seen it called once this year, and they're going to try to say 10 seconds. You know, they got away with that rule, brought it back, and the last couple of years, I think this might be the 4th season or so it's back, you haven't really noticed it, but now, at least 2 home games this year at the Toro Dome, that's been called as a result of the Seawolves not getting the ball over the midcourt line. Possession goes over to the Toros. And it'll be Poland inbounding in front of the Cal State Dominguez Hills bench. 65-59, 6-point lead for the Seawolves. Feed underneath, and she's going to be fouled. Alicia Henderson Alicia, 6'3", senior forward from Van Nuys. Transferred from L.A. Pierce College and graduated of Reseda High School. So she'll go to the free throw line. Henderson, 52% free throw shooter, but she makes that one. So she's 2 for 6 at the charity stripe in this game. Well, now we're going to say 65-60, so a 5-point lead. So she got the one, so actually it makes it 3 of 6. Soft shot by Sheckard came off the rim. .20 on the shot clock. Trying to muscle away towards the basket is Henderson. Follow-up shot. That doesn't go by Poland. So the Toros get the ball back. 65-62, a chance to tie up the game for a potential 7th time. Sumolong into the front court. 3:13 to play. 3-point game. Sumolong now drives to the basket and scores. Janelle Sumolong, 5'8" junior guard from Hanford. Transferred from College of the Sequoias in Nevada. Graduated of Hanford High School. 65-64. Seawolves by a point. 2:49 to play. 15 on the shot clock. And going to the basket and scoring is Yagochi Anyudokum. And Anyudokum is going to go to the line. DeJure Ledbetter called for a first personal foul, 4th team foul, 3 whistled against Sonoma so far here in the 4th quarter. 2:46 remaining. And the free throw is good. And that makes it 68-64. So a 12-8 little scoring run here by Sonoma, and that's why they lead by 4. Now, since the game was tied at 56 apiece, an 8-2 advantage. Going to the free throw line is Alicia Henderson. Oh, took a bunny hop and then just kind of ricocheted once or twice and falls off the rim. She'll shoot one more. Again, 68-64 Sonoma. And that one misses, and the ball's rebounded by Sheckard. Oh, the ball stolen away by Sumolong. 68-66, one possession ball game, 2:19 remaining. Underneath to Anyudokum. Gets her own rebound, and there's going to be a foul call. Wow. Janelle Sumolong, the 5'8" junior guard from Hanford for the Toros, putting on a clinic. 68-66. That's a couple of defensive plays that resulted in points. And there's a timeout on the floor. 2:07 remaining in regulation. It's the Sonoma Seawolves 68 and the Dominguez Hills Toros 66. Again, I'm David Smock on the CCAA network. Get a reminder, about 20 minutes after this one, we'll have the men's game. That'll be a separate broadcast on our paywall, but it'll be the same two teams, Sonoma State and Cal State Dominguez Hills men's basketball, again coming up about 20 minutes after this one. And then we won't see the Toros women's team for another 10 days. In fact, they're not going to even play anywhere in those 10 days. And back here on Tuesday night, December 17th at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time against UC San Diego. 2:07 on the scoreboard. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Sonoma 68, Toros 66. Oh, takes a bounce and falls off. I think the foul's against Anya Dokum because they're showing 42 on the board, but there's no 42 for the Toros roster. Both team fouls have 4. Again, Rich Shaywitz in his 3rd year, the head coach of Sonoma State. And Dominguez Hills, John Bonner, the head coach in his 4th season. Rebound by Taylor Johnson. Johnson, the 5'8" sophomore guard from Sparks, Nevada. 68-66, Sonoma by 2. 100 seconds remaining, 15 on the shot clock. Trying to feed to Anya Dokum, and she scores. Ugochi Anya Dokum, the 6'1" senior forward from San Jose. Now it's a 4-point Sonoma lead, 70-66. 1:19 to go. Feed into Henderson, but having trouble getting control of the ball, but it doesn't matter. They're going to call a foul anyway. Anya Dokum called for her 4th personal foul. Two of 4 from the free throw line in this game. And just promptly goes 2 for 5. Again, Henderson coming in as a 52% free throw shooter. (70-66). Sonoma by 4 points. 1 minute, 15 seconds remaining in regulation. She gets that one, 3 of 6. So it's 70-67, back to a 1-possession ball game. And this game's been so close. I've been saying that a lot, but it's been true. Yeah, they have 10 seconds to get across the midcourt line. Santos does. And the feed is good to Zane Sheckard to make it 72-67. 5-point lead, under a minute to go. Simulon. Timeout, Dominguez Hills. So we have 48.8 seconds on the scoreboard, 30 seconds on the shot clock, and it's the Sonoma Seawolves 72 and the Dominguez Hills Toros 69. (16-12), the advantage of them. An 83% free throw shooter misses both. And for Sheckard, as time is called, yeah, those are first free throws attempted in the ball game. Even though she's an 83% free throw shooter, missed both of them. So with the 30-second timeout, in case you're a casual basketball fan, you wonder, well, how can I tell the difference between the full timeout and the 30-second timeout? In the full timeout, the players can sit down. In the 30-second timeout, they cannot. So 72-69, Seawolves lead by 3. And now they have 39.5 seconds on the scoreboard. So 39.5. And again, a 3-point lead for the Seawolves over the Toros, 72-69. Again, about 20 minutes or so after this game, we'll have the men's game. Separate broadcast that will be here on the CCAA network. Poland will inbound the basketball to Sumolong. Sumolong, tight defense by the Sonoma, but feeds it in to Henderson. Henderson's shot doesn't go. Rebound, Ledbetter. And there's going to be a whistle and a foul. Let's take a look at the free throws here so far for the game. 14 of 19 for Cal State Dominguez Hills. Ledbetter will go to the free throw line for Ledbetter. It appears that the Ledbetter will shoot 2. Ledbetter, 50% free throw shooter. Toros trail by 3. They get 1. It's 72-70. What has she done in the game? I think this might be Ledbetter's first time. Yeah, there's the first 3 throws of the afternoon. She can cut it down to a point. 25.9 seconds, but it comes off the rim, and it's recovered by Destiny Williams. So the Toros have the ball and an opportunity to tie the game for a 7th time and another 30-second timeout. I'm going to run down the women's basketball schedule for you. December 17th, UC San Diego at 5:30. And Thursday, December 19th, Cal State LA also at 5:30. Then in 2020, January 4th, Chico State will be here. That's a Saturday. It's a 1 o'clock matinee. On January 16th, the Humboldt State Lumberjacks come in. That would be a 5:30 tip-off. That's a Thursday night. And on Saturday, January 18th, Stanislaus State at 1 o'clock. And then there'll be 4 home games in February. That gets you caught up on the balance of December and looking ahead to January. 72-70, 23.3 seconds. Toros will inbound with 19 seconds on the shot clock. Sumolong to do the honors. Gets it into Poland. Back to Sumolong. 15 on the shot clock. 15 on the game clock. And they're going to call an offensive foul. Looks like it's going to go against Destiny Williams. So Leigh Anderson coming back into the lineup. I think there's going to be some changes that Sonoma would like to make. So now the Seawolves call timeout. 13.2 seconds remaining in a 72-70 game. And now it's going to make it a full timeout, which means players can sit down. The amazing thing is every time they get so close or even tie and take the lead, Sonoma State comes running back. And of course, you know, Sonoma State coming into this game, the Seawolves 6-2 overall. There's 2-1 in the conference, but again, it's early in the conference season. The Toros 4-5, and they're 1-2. So if the Seawolves can hold on to this game, they could go up an overall mark of 7-2. Again, resetting the scene, 13.2 seconds on the scoreboard. Sonoma 72, Dominguez Hills 70. 5 team fouls apiece. Sophie Northern will inbound the basketball for the Seawolves. Double team, no foul. Well, now they're going to call a foul. Janelle Sumolong, 5'8" junior guard from Hanford, called for her first personal foul. This should be the 6th team foul. Go to the free throw line is Keach. She's a 93% free throw shooter. She makes that one in the ball game. Oddly enough, it's again her first free throw opportunity. And when you're a 93% free throw shooter, you make both of them. So now it's 74-70 in favor of the Seawolves. 10.4 seconds on the scoreboard. It's not impossible. 4 and 6 overall, and 1 and 3 in conference play. Got our next telecast. That'll be the men. That'll be coming up in about 20 minutes, and we'll have that for you. It'll be a separate broadcast here on the CCAA network. And again, our next Toros women's basketball game, and that'll be on a Tuesday night, December 17th, at 5:30 tip-off, as the Toros host the UC San Diego Tritons. Now for our entire crew, this is David Smog saying so long from the Toro Dome in Carson, California. Once again, the final score, Sonoma State 74 as they defeat Cal State Dominguez Hills 70. So again, 74-70. Good afternoon, everybody. Again, back on the air in about 20 minutes. This is the CCAA Network.